Let's talk about the recent study that came out by Breno Agostino and colleagues and see if you think it's something that you may want to add to your routine. So, Pycnogenol is a bark that is extracted from coastal trees, specifically trees that grow along the forest in southwestern France. This bark contains really high bioactive polyphenols. What does that mean? That basically means that these polyphenols have anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and circulation supporting properties to it. The study that Dr. Agostino and colleagues did was a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled clinical trial, which is great. So that means that they took 100 women diagnosed with lipedema in over a 60-day time frame. Half of the participants were given the placebo and half of the participants were given the Pycnogenol. They were taking 50 milligrams 3 times a day, so every 8 hours. And what the study found was that those taking the Pycnogenol noticed a significant improvement in their lipedema quality of life, and that was measured through a patient questionnaire. Specifically, what people were reported was that they had better mobility, and that was noticed even after 30 days, although it improved even more so after 60 days on the questionnaire. They said they had less pain, less swelling, less fatigue, less bruising, and all of those things. There was a very, very modest weight loss and very modest fat loss. This wasn't a weight loss trial, so that was sort of an unintended consequence. And we don't know the weights of the starting participants in that regard. It wasn't listed in the study, so we don't really know what that picture truly looks like. What I do want to point out, and this is not unusual, is that the study was given a $5,000 funding fee by the makers of Pycnogenol. So that's important to keep in mind too. And one of the things that you could do if you wanted to try out a high level polyphenol is you could look at some of the supplements that you may already be taking and see if this is something that you need to add in. Other things that are very high in these bioactive compounds are, and I made a list of them so I wouldn't forget any, grapeseed extract, green tea extract, curcumin or turmeric extract, quercetin, resveratrol, and of course, eating plenty of omega-3 fats, which are found in cold water fish, or the alpha-linoleic source, which comes from plants, which would be chia, basil seeds, or flax meal, things of that nature. This study is promising because the women that took the Pycnogenol did say that they had some relief in symptoms. I think there needs to be a little bit more research done before people hop on the bandwagon. And as always, just so you know, supplements are not FDA regulated, so quality does matter. But what matters most is that we're getting more research done on lipedema and specifically things that we can control like nutrition. So that's my take, and I hope you found that interesting. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.